Hello, hello, and today I have the puzzle In Vino Veritas by GDC. The board is very, very busy, which I kind of like for these lifestyles because I really can't think about what they are before I before I start doing them. But it's an ambiguity puzzle, meaning not all these clues are going to be valid. Hopefully, just looking at these black crop dot patterns, that should be fairly obvious that these can't all possibly work. So let's go over the individual rules of the puzzle. First, we have Kropke dots. So on black Kropke dots, for any particular dot, the digits on either side of it need to be in a 1-to-2 ratio, right? One has to be double the other. And the white Kropke dots have to be, the digits surrounding them have to be consecutive. In these circles, these are called quadruples, and even though there's only two numbers in each of these, they could have up to four. And what those numbers mean is in the four cells surrounding the circle, those numbers have to appear at least once. So in this little 2-4 circle, in these four cells, 2 and 4 would have to appear. In these four cells, 5 and 7 would have to appear. Now I could have 2 5s and 2 7s, but at least one has to appear by that clue. But then there's a additional constraint which is going to make this puzzle work, which is that there are wine cells, right? So in vino veritas means in wine there is truth. And so we're going to be placing one wine cell in every row, column, and box. And wherever I place the wine cell, that is going to mean that the clues there are valid. They're meaningful clues. And if there's no wine cell there, that means I can just ignore the clue. And further, the wine cells, there's going to be nine wine cells, right? One in every row. So that's going to have to be 9. And they're all going to be different digits. So each wine cell is going to have a different of the digits 1 to 9. So that's it. Those are the rules. And let's see where to start. So these boxes with all these black Kropke dots seem like a reasonable place to start. I certainly can't have this be the wine cellar. So I'm going to start shading these cells as either green or red. Green meaning it's not wine. And so I can ignore it. So why can't this be a wine cell? So suppose it were. Then this cell in the middle would have to be either half or double all four of the adjacent cells to it, which just doesn't work. And similarly, I can say the same thing actually about these side cells, where if this were a wine cell, I would have 3 cells that would have to be either double or half of. And so whatever number I pick, you didn't pick 4, which is one of the most, 2 and 4 are the most black Kropke dot kind of helpful digits. Even if I had 2 or 4, there's only 2 other digits that each could go. If I have a 4, I can only pair with a 2 or an 8. I can't have 3 different things paired with it. So none of these are going to be our wine cell. And then this is an exactly analogous setup, which means my wine cell in box 8 has to be in one of those in the center. And actually, wherever the wine cell is, it's going to have to be 2 or 4, right? Because that's on these corner boxes. Because wherever I put the wine cell, let's say I put it here, right? That's going to have a digit that it is half of and a digit that it is double. And the only digits you can do that with are 2 or 4. So 2 and 4 are going to be my wine cells here, wherever that goes. Which means 2 or 4 is not the wine cell here, and that's important because wherever I put a wine cell, I'm going to end up with a 2-4 quadruple. And I'm going to end up with 3 white Kropke dots, or 2 dots, three consecutive digits. So if the wine cell's here, I'm going to have 3 in a row like that. If the wine cell's here, I'll have 3 in a row like this. If the wine cell's here, all 3 in a row like that. And I'm trying to think through what that means for what these digits could be. So like let's say this were the wine cell. So I have 3 in a row. The wine cell couldn't be 2 or 4 because 2 and 4 are taken by these. But 2 or 4 could be over here. Actually, this can't be the wine cell because this sees both of these quadruple dots, and that would mean 2 and 4 will both have to go in the center. So actually, that's not the wine cell. The wine cell is in one of these side ones. So if this is, all the logic is going to be symmetric. So let's think about what would happen if this were. What does it mean that this is a wine cell or this is a wine cell? I have this 2, 4 constraint, but it wouldn't go in the cell. So I'd have 2, 4 in one. Two of these 3 digits would be 2 and 4. And can this be 2 or 4 if this is the wine cell? I think so, right? Well, it couldn't be 2 actually. It'd have to be 4. Because if this were 2 and this were the wine cell, it couldn't be 1 because like 2, 1, I need 0. That wouldn't work. And it couldn't be 2, 3 because then this would need to be 4, and then 4 would go outside of the quadruple. So 4 could go here. So if this is the wine cell, I definitely have 2 down here. This could still be 4, because I can't have 4, 3, 2, but I could have 4, 5, 6. Or I could have 2 and 4 both down here. Oh, no, but I can't do that, actually. Yeah, so that's a 4. So why can't I have 2 and 4 both down here? Is because if I have 2 and 4 both down here, or both up here, right? So the logic is going to be the same way whether I try down here or up here. If I do that, then 2 and 4 are going to be excluded from this entire row. But I know that the wine cells in boxes 7 and 9 are 2 and 4. And so if I exclude 2 and 4, that means none of these are wine cells, which means my wine cells are both in row 9, which breaks the rules that there's only 1 wine cell per row. So that actually is a 4. And then one of these is the wine cell 5, and then one of these is a 6 coming off of that. And then I'll have a 2 in one of these depending on which way around the wine cell goes. And that's all the information I'd have about that box. But that's a lot of information about that box, and that's the first digit. So that was good. Now, what does that mean for here? So one of these cells is 2 or 4. And actually, wherever the 2 goes is going to, I think, tell me where the 2 goes here, which fixes which wine cell it is. Sorry, I'm just thinking ahead about how that might resolve. So I've got one of these is going to be 2 or 4. Wherever the 2 goes, we'll have to go with 4 in its row because of the 4 can't go in the middle. So in the corner, I'm going to have a 2 or 4 in both of these boxes. So one of these 8 corner cells is a 2. And whichever 8 corner cell has a 2 can't have a 4 going into the center. So it will go into the, it can't go to the row center. It'll have to go into the column center. So I'm going to have a 2, 4 pair somewhere. And so just for the sake of thinking about it, let's say we're here. Let's say this was 2 and this was 4. Then I have 2 down here. I would need a 2 in one of those with a 4 down here as the wine cell. And then I have an 8 in this. So one of these wine cells is going to go 2 in a corner, 4 into the central column, and a 1 into the central row. And one of these is going to go 4 in a corner, 2 into the central row, 8 into the central column. I don't know how to mark that. Whoops, not like that. I don't know how to mark that, so I'm just gonna try to remember that for later, if it comes up. Okay, maybe we should think about. Oh, so now actually, none of these can be wine cells now because two. So we said before, these have to be 2 or 4 because I need 2 digits. Whatever the wine cell is has to be 2 or 4, because to have 2 black crop dots, I would need one digit that's half of it and one digit that's double it. There are only 2 digits like that, 4 and 2. So the 4 and 2 wine cells are taken up here, which means I can't have a wine cell in any of these black crop dot squares, because if I did, I would have the same problem where that would also have to be 2 or 4, because I would need one that's double and one that's half. And so now I get this weird kind of like almost windmill-y pattern of these. So actually, I can't now have a wine cell here either, because if I did, wine cells would have to go in here and here because they couldn't go down here. And if I did that, then these couldn't be wine cells, and I'd have 2 wine cells along this row. So I can't have wine. So one of these is a wine cell, meaning this crop dot is real. I just don't know which one yet, but that means these aren't. These aren't. And can I say something about this with the corners? I think so. So I think none of these corners can be wine either, right? Because if this corner is wine, then these aren't. So if this corner is wine, this is wine, these aren't, which means these are. And then where do I put the wine in box 3? There's no place left to put it. So that can't be wine. I think the exact same logic is going to hold true here, right? Yeah, exactly the same logic holds here and here and here. None of these can be wine. So, whoops, what is wine? 3. So one of these 2 is also going to be wine, so these can't be. For basically the exact same reason that these can be wine, right? If I have wine in one of those, none of these can be. I would need wine in those. Those can be wine. I would need 2 wine down here. Which means this 2, 4 is real, actually. Wherever I put the wine cell, the 2 and 4 quadruple is correct. And what do we say down here? If this is 4, if this is 2, it has 4 here with 1. If it's 4, we get 2, 4. If it's 4, we have 2. So if either of these are 4, I get a 2 here, and that puts 2, 4 here. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, actually. Right? 2, 4, 2, 4. I would need 2, 4 here, but I would need one of them here because this crop dot is real because one of these is wine. I need a 2, 4 here. Actually, I get that anyway. Yeah, so, well, actually, hold on. If my wine is here, it's not here. So one of these is wine. So actually, both of these are real. So my 8 and 9 quadruple is also real. Oh, that's getting... that might put some pressure here. But whatever I put here, whether it's 2 or 4, the other one will also be in these 2 columns. So 2 and 4 are kind of taken up. They're done here, which means 2 and 4 are all in this column in box 4. And I can't have 2, 4 across a crop dot. So this just is 2 or 4. The other one goes up here, and it's going to be adjacent to not 5, because whatever it's adjacent to is going to have to be the wine cell, because 2 or 4 can't be the wine cell. So I have either a 2 or 4. I'll just do it this way. Either a 2 or 4 in one of them. The other one is the wine cell, which is the 1 of the 3. And now let's go back to thinking about this. And can this be 4, 2? Because then we get 4, 2, 8, 9, because these are both real. It actually seems like I can. 4, 2, 8, 9. Yeah, it seems fine. Okay, so that was a lot. If this is wine, can I have 1 and 6 here? Can all 3 of these be right at once? They must be able to be right at once. Let's see. Right, I can have, even if I had 2, 4 here, 8, 9, 1, 6, yeah, it seems okay. Is there any reason I couldn't have 5, 7, and 6, 7 be correct? I could put a 7 here to solve both of these, or I could do 2 7s there. Yeah, that's okay. Is there some reason I couldn't do this? Let's see, if this were the wine cell, it'd be 1 or 3. I need a 5 here. That would place my wine cell here. And that would put my... Oh no, this can't be a wine cell. This can't be a wine cell because one of these has to be the wine cell. Wait, right? Yeah, because if I have, say, these 2 being wine cells, then I end up with 2 wine cells like that. So this can't be my wine cell anymore. Those are gone. This is now my 5 and 6. That's wine, which I'll call red, because I like red wine. And now this 5 eliminates 5 from being in this circle, so these can't be wine. That's wine. This is now 2 or 4. This is 1 or 3. And I get, so either this is 7 or I get 2 7s on the sides. And then 5, oh, 6 is not here, so actually that has to be 6. So I do get 2 7s. Ugh, I don't want to mark. So Abdul the Killer taught me a trick that if you want to mark across boxes, try using letters and hope you remember what that means. And it's worked pretty well for me, actually. So, and actually this one I'm not going to do because this I know is just 5 and 7 in some order. And then I have a 7 here. I get a 2 here. So now, oh, now can this still be 4, 2? If it's 4, 2, we get 4, 2 here, 8, 9 here, 8 here, 8 here. That seems okay. So one of these is a 4 wine cell. One of these is a 2 wine cell. One of these is 4. I'm not sure that's helpful. That's not wine. One of these is wine. So there's more that I can do with this, because I kind of missed this. I'm wondering if there's more I can do with this windmill. So it's something, there aren't that many choices, right? So if this is wine, I end up with, I guess it could be either of those. Maybe that's not so helpful. No, I can do the same thing here. One of these is definitely wine, because if neither of these are wine, then wines are in here, meaning I have wines in here, and that breaks. So these can't be wine. So one of these is 2 or 4. So it's either 4, 2 or 4, 2. I'm not sure how to use that yet. I almost said that's 1, 9, but that's not a real clue. Not a real clue. 5, 7 sees a lot, but there's not much else there. one of these signifies that there's a 9 in this box. I wish there were some reason I could say that these weren't. Then I could have 2 9s. That would force this to be a 9 and a 2. But I don't see why that would have to be true. Is the 6 doing anything? There are no 6s anywhere. Well, actually, there's a 6. 6 is in here. Then when I said there's no 6 anywhere, I meant in the quadruples. If both of these were real, that would also place a 9 here. Which seems... Oh, which it is true, because I forgot to undo these wine cells. Yeah. So one of these is... No, this could be wine. Shoot. That could be wine still. No, it can't, because these are wine. So one of these two is wine, so nothing else in the column can be. So one of these is wine, so the 4 9 is real. One of these is wine, so the 2 9 is real. 9 is in fact here. Which actually doesn't give me that much more, but it makes sense because of my 9 restriction here. So 9's gone from here. I've got 4 for sure here, and 4 for sure here. So 4 is actually in one of those cells. 2 is in one of these. 2 is in one of these. So 2 is over here. These feel like pretty small achievements here. What is... I'm kind of looking all over because I'm not sure where to look next. Maybe there's some reason this couldn't be, because this gives me 5 9 and 5 6. See if I had a 9 in here. I know there's a 9 in here. If there's a 9 here, that does put a 9 too, but I don't know how to say that can't be. Maybe it's here. Is there some reason? There's some reason this can't be wine. Oh yeah, the 6. The 6 means this 1 6 quadruple is broken, so this can't be wine. This is. These are not. And now I do get that I have a 9 here for sure with a 5. There's just so much going on here. I'm going to unmark some things. I'm just going to try to remember. 9 means that's 9. Only place 2 can go to now is there. This 2 is real, so I have a 2 here. That puts a 2 here. A 2 and 9. I already knew about that X-wing of 2s. Yeah, 2. Oh, this. No. I already knew the 2 was there. So I guess I'm really. I was thinking that would tell me which way these goes, but it does not. How am I going to figure out which way that goes? Sometimes, for me at least, it's helpful to think through what are the possible ways to disambiguate a section to let you know where to look to actually do the disambiguation. And I'm not sure how this is going to resolve. Right? I mean, some way I'm going to have to figure out maybe that this isn't an 8. Right? Because I think we said wherever 4 goes with 2 in the row center and 8 in the column center. So one of these 8 cells, so one of these 4 cells is an 8. So there might be some point at which either through this 5 8 or this 8 9 I can place an 8 in the center. Well, actually this isn't 2 or 4. It's sort of helpful because I know the 2 and 4 wine cells go down here. Maybe to think more about the wine cells actually. Because 2 and 4 aren't wine cells. And so wherever these wine cells go, like if this is wine, the 2 goes there. Or if this is 2, that's wine. Same thing over here, except I don't have the... One of these cells could be wine, and the other one could be 4, but 4 could also just go in one of these green cells. 5, 6, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Well, this isn't 2 or 4. 1, 3, 7, 8. That's... what do I do next? 5 goes here for sure. Oh, 5 goes here for sure. 5 goes here for sure. 5 is up here somewhere, but not in the red cell because we already have wine. A wine 5. Yeah, this is getting very... Oh, so which means that's not 5. There we go. That's not 5. So that's 7. That's 5. That places the 7 here. From this 6, 7 quadruple. Which places the 4. Which means I also have a 4 here. I almost said, which means that's not wine, but that wine, the 4 could go here. In fact, I knew the 4 wasn't there for a long time, I guess. If this is wine, then this has to be 6, because 6 can't be here on this quadruple. So if this is wine, that's 6. I need 5 up here, which would satisfy this 5, 9. But not in the wine cell. So if this is wine, we get 6, 5. 6 would mean a 6 here. 5 would mean a 5 here. I mean, it's really not intended. Okay, so what is intended? What do I have on the left here? I need a 1 somewhere, a 3 somewhere. I think that's it, right? 2, 4, 5, 8, 9. Yeah, well, 1. So this is 1 or 3. The other one goes somewhere in this mess. If this is 5, I get 2, 4 down here. If this is 5, I get 8, 9 like this. Either way, this is not 8 or 9, right? If this is 8, these are 2, 4, which means that's 5. No, I did it wrong because, yeah, if this is 5, 8, 9, one of these 3. I messed up. So these 4 cells are the missing 1, 3, 6, 7, 8. So 7 is here, here. 6 and 8 are down here. Somewhere. What do I do? I really feel like I've exhausted my thought process here. One of these is 2. Is there a reason? Oh yeah, now this can't be, yes, because now this can't be 2 or 4. So now this is constrained. So what do we say? If this was 4, we get 2 here and 8 here, which doesn't work because I have 4, 2 in the column, which eliminates it here. I still need 2, 4 in this quadruple, but it said none of those. So I have to both go there. That breaks. So this is not 4, 2. This is in fact the 2, and the 4 goes over here. The 2 goes with the 4 and the 1. The 4 goes with the 2 and the 8. And we have wine in these cells. And these are not. These can't be 2, so this is definitely 4. Yeah, I know that. I already knew there's a 4 here. 4s now look at all of this. So this can't be wine, which means I know the way the wine goes in the rest of the puzzle. So we have the truth. The wine has revealed the way. And what do we say? This couldn't be 5. 6 can't go here, so this is 6, 5. But 9 could go anywhere. This could still be 9. 5 is in one of these. 9 is somewhere here. This dot is real, but this doesn't have to be 2 or 4. If it did have to be 2 or 4, I'd have a 1-3 pair here, but this could be a 2-4 pair still. Right? Well, that's not 2 at least. Now let's see. If this is 5, that's 4. If this is 5, these are 8, 9. Oh, here we go. 1 means that's 3. 1 has to go here, so now we can't have 5. These are now from 1, 8, and 9, and we get 5, 4 down there. What's the missing digit here? 6 and 8. This 8 means it's a 6. I got 7, 8 up here. This is 6, and I'm missing 1 or 3. This can't be 2 anymore because we have a 2 wide already, so that's 2. Which sets those. That doesn't tell me which way that goes. So this quadruple's done, this quadruple's done, this quadruple's done. This is marked at least. This needs a 9 still. This one's done. This, so that's 9, that's 8. That's okay. Here I need an 8. One of these is 8. I also need a 5. I need a 4 here. I need a 9 somewhere. Hold on. I need a 5 here. This is on a crop key dot, which needs an even digit. It could be 8 with 7 or 9. It could be 6 in either place with 5 or 7. I have to be a little careful about what I put in these because there's not much room in this column for this box. So, is there some reason hold on, let's do a little more basic Sudoku. We got a 5 in one of those. Whatever's missing from 1, 3, 8, 9, not 1. That's not 8 or 9. So the other 2 from 3, 8, 9 go here. Yeah, 9. Oh, I know that was 9. Okay, what's in the cell now? We have 2, 4. What are we missing? 1, 3, 8. I don't see a reason that that's restricted in any of those cells. That can't be 3. 8, 8, 8. Well, these cells are 1, 3, 7, 8. I'll mark it just because. Just because I'm running out of ideas. There's got to be a clue here. I mean, maybe there's just Sudoku I'm missing, but hold on. There's another known digit here on this row. It is 8. Oh, there we go. 8, 8. 8 has to go in this row somewhere, so that's 8. Any more of that? That'd be good. That'd be nice. mostly thinking about these wine cells and what's left. Like where does the 6 go in a wine cell? It's one of these. Because this can't be 6, this can't be 6, this can't be 6. One of these is the wine 6. Where does 7 go in a wine cell? One of these. Where does 8 go in a wine cell? More options. 9 could go anywhere. We're really close. I feel like this puzzle is just kind of at the edge. And a couple more little pushes will just set everything else right. Where do I push? Where do I push? I wonder if these crop P dots are more helpful than I realize. I don't know how to make that. I don't know how to make that helpful. How about this one? This is 5. No, this can't be 5. This can't be 5 because there's a 5. This can't be 5. So that's 5. Which does nothing. Does nothing. If this is 8, this becomes 7 or 9. Well, actually, if this is 8, I think that's going to fix the rest of or a lot of those wine cells, right? Because where does 6 go then? 6. If this is 8, that's 6. That's 7. Oh, this can't be 7. So that breaks. So hold on. Is there a more reasonable way? What is this? This is 1, 3, 8, or 9. Where do 6s go? Only in one of those 2 places. Where do 7s go? Also only in one of those 2 places. So this is actually a 6, 7 pair. And that's my 8. If it's 6, one of these now has to be a 6. Because if this is 7, that's 6. And if this is 6, it's 6. And if it's 6, this goes with 5 or this goes with 7. This is actually just a 6, 7 pair. So this is the same as this, which goes down here. That's a 7. Ha! 7s, 6s. That was really nice. I really like that set of deductions. Well done, GDC. That's not 7. So this is. I get a 7 here actually. My Sudoku now. One of these is 1. So this is now 1, 3, 8, or 9. If it's 9, it's 8, 4, 2. No, this is not 4 anymore. So now this is a 2, 4 pair, which means this has to be 1 or 3. I get a 1, 3 pair here, which means this is an 8, 9 pair. These two are an 8, 9 pair. One of these is 9. It's got to be there, which tells me the way all that goes. No, these aren't 8. 1 is not here, so 1 is, oh no. 1 is 8, 1 here, means that's 3. That's 1, that's 2. 3 is not here now. So what is this? 3 or 8? That's not 3. 7, 8, I know how that is fixed. Yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to make sure all my clues are done, right? 5, 8 is done. 4, I didn't mark the 9. I guess that means 9 is in here. So now this is essentially done. 2, I need a 9 here, but 9 is eliminated from there already. Actually, so that's a 5, 9 pair. That's helpful. 1 with 3. I should know what that is. That is an 8, which tells me 1, 8, which tells me 3, 6, and I know how that is. I need, let's see, 1 to 4. 1, 2, 4, that's a 3. 4 is down here because of this 4. This is a 1, 2 pair, and I know because of the bottom 2 in box 9. That tells me where the 2 is here. This is 6 by the Kropke dot. 4 is not there by this 4. 1, 3, 5, 9 is left. That's the 1. That's the 5. Can I not? This is the end quite to that yet. 5, but I can't do that, which tells me that. Now I'll fix these boxes. 8 tells me those. 8 in box 9. That's not 8. There's too many digits. What's here that I already have? 8. So none of these are 8. 8 goes here. What are these? These are from 6 or 9, and I know how that goes. So that's not 9. 5, 7 pairings, that's 9. 7 gives me those. That's my 7 now. 1, 3. And then we're left with what? 1, 3, 5, which goes 5, 3, 1. Did it. All right. Very nice puzzle, GDC. Thank you for studying that. I had a lot of fun. I particularly love this 6, 7 pairing coming down here to see the 6. That was great. And just all of the, I mean, I've come to really like these ambiguity puzzles where at the start you just feel like you have no idea. Like when every clue doesn't mean anything because no specific clue means anything. You really have to think about how the clues interact, which is, it's very nice. It's a very nice version of it. So thanks for studying. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.